Ciao, come Joe? Sembro stanco. You haven't seen my face yet. I do look tired, but you haven't seen me. Buonasera a tutti, buongiorno. Ciao. Oh, perfetto, ok. So, abbiamo il volume, abbiamo la telecamera, abbiamo tutto. Perfetto, allora chi c'è? Quanti siamo? Wow, già 53 studenti, incredibile, incredibile. Perfetto, ok. Allora, quanti studenti? Benissimo, allora cominciamo fra 30 secondi. Grazie a tutti per il supporto, grazie Johan. Sei tu, Johan? Benissimo. Ok, bicchiere d'acqua. Che ore sono lì da voi? Potete scrivere? Che ore sono? Grazie. Allora, qui sono le 8 di mattina di lunedì. E da voi? Le 6 a Miami, le 6 da Jason, le 10 di mattina in Nuova Zelanda, Dorotea, le 6 in punto da Greece, perfetto. Ciao a tutti. Okay, so so this webinar is different from the other ones because we are only talking about the technology side, like as in the platform. I'll show you, I'll answer all your questions. I know you have a million questions, and we'll talk about all of those things. I'll explain some things, I'll clarify some things, and then I will ask you some things. So thanks for coming over because, yeah, it is not an Italian lesson, but you're still here, like 60 of you, so that's very sweet of you. And, you know, taking time off to be here with me to understand what's going on. Who is in Sicilia? Chi è in Sicilia? Sono gelosissimo. Chi è in Sicilia? Guest. Come ti chiami? In Sicilia, wow. Allora, so soon I will swap camera and I will show you the website, but let me address all of you. I don't know if you are watching while you're still a beginner level 1 student before you're using the other website, or whether you already joined the new website to access level 2. But let me explain how everything works, because there was some confusion and I think I just haven't been explaining things right. Okay, so all right, I'll tell you quickly. So all the students from the, let's call it the old website, you know, level 1, the ugly looking website, basically. So all those 430 students or so, I imported all of them onto the new website. So when I did that, it was through a database that I created, you know, and, you know, I had to add a lot of information, but so basically everybody that got imported was given access to, 1, the website, and 2, access to beginner Italian level 1. That means that once you access the new platform, you will see that you have that course, but there's nothing inside that course because we still have to recreate it on the new website. So if you are taking level 1, come to the new platform, but there's nothing there for you for now. So you have to keep going to the old website to access the lessons for level 1. So I think that wasn't very clear. The other thing that was an issue was probably the password. When I created accounts for you on the new website, you all got an email automatically. If you didn't, it's because it's going to the spam. I've had a few people, but overall, everybody got the email. So if you haven't gotten it, it's in the spam folder. That password reset was to create a new password for the new website. But some of you were coming to the new website, resetting the password, but then we're still trying to connect on the old website. And so, yeah, different passwords, they don't work on two different sites. So you can set the same password, that solves all issues. But anyway, so what was the third issue that we had? Oh, I'm getting used to issues. I'm getting used to you guys finding a problem that I didn't think. I was, I laugh a lot, I cry a lot. But what was the latest problem? I'll tell you later about the latest problem that somebody reported. I thought, oh, I didn't think of that. Anyway, so the third situation is that you are entitled to level 2. So you logged in onto the new platform. So you created a web password, you logged in, and thanks, Erin. So you logged in and you didn't see level 2. That's two possibilities. One, human mistake. When I was creating the database, I was checking one by one and adding a code onto the database so that I could import it to give you access to level 2. If you don't have level 2 when you log into the platform, that's because I didn't give it to you. So you have to email us at support@easilymadeeasy.com to get access. But the other possibility is that you haven't passed the quiz, the final quiz for level 1, which means I haven't seen you as a person who needs to have level 2, or you have passed it, but I haven't had time to give you access. So these are the possibilities. But if you log in, you can see that you have access to level 2, then you're good to play with us. So I'm really excited about level 2, and I'm really excited about this platform. But I have to say, at times, and I'll be, you know me, I'm Manu 100%, okay? And I'm totally honest with you, especially with you, because especially if you're here, it means a lot. It means you really care, you are learning with my approach, and you support me. And so I want to be 100% transparent with you. At times, I regret having gone for this dream that I have to create this community, this group of like learners and lovers of the Italian language that help each other. Because of this goal of having this community, I'm having all the technical issues. I mean, I have taken this French course from this lovely lady, good training, recordings, no video, just recordings and PDFs and, exercises, but no interactivity at all. And you know what? She has a good life. There's no forums. Nobody talks to her. She doesn't have to satisfy requests that sometimes they're really difficult for me. But I'll tell you everything. As you know, everything's coming out. Everything's coming. It's like, look at this as sitting down at a table confession kind of thing. While I show you the new platform, because I really believe there's so much potential in the platform and in the community. So, do not have any regrets, Manu. Oh, thank you, but I'll tell you basically what's happening. I know that you are a bunch of wonderful people. You make me cry every time I get a message from you telling me your story, or how my training is helping you speak for the first time, 1%. I cry of happiness because of the things you say, and I know that you're there to make this possible. But at the same time, I'm really involved in this production. There are many people involved, but everything comes back to me. I'm not Apple. I do everything and I see everything. And so every time you guys say something like, the forum doesn't do this and you should do that, to me, it's like, oh, got it wrong again. And I try to fix it because I want to give you the best experience. But this causes two problems. Me trying to give you everything that you ask for causes two big problems. One is that I spend 12, 16 hours a day working on the technical side with programmers, making things work, finding ways to give you the feature that you're asking. But that takes the time away from me producing content. And I'm your Italian teacher. I want to be there to create the content for you. And I don't want these flashy things to take away the time from me, to give you, and from you to learn from me. The other problem that this causes is that every little request that you make, that sometimes I take like a failure of my attempt to give you the feature, it comes with a big bill for me. And that found that money should be going to training Italians to be available on the platform. So I don't know what to do. I'm thinking, should I switch off a lot of things? That way I don't have problems. Like, should I switch off? I don't know. I just noticed last night that some students already have 3,000 coins. I don't know how that happened with 5 videos. So, do I turn it off so I don't have an issue with that? I don't know. So anyway, let me step back a little bit. You cry a lot. How did you like my subject line that my courses are going to be available on cassette? Because that doesn't fail, does it? If you have a cassette player, that's going to work. Anyway, now, okay. Couple of things. What happened on the first day was horrible. When I realized that your name was being shown as your email, that was because of the way we imported you. The website kind of put your email in the place of your name. So when I saw that, I immediately, like within 2 or 3 hours, we had a fix. The developers, we all made sure that nobody could see your email. But the problem was that the chat app was still showing your email, so we've had to turn it off. I don't have a solution yet because the people that run the chat are in India. They don't work on the weekend, and now it's Monday here, but it's going to be another half day before they even see my email asking them to fix it. So Janice, start slow and add the bonuses when you can. I know that should have been. My thing is that developing this platform has taken so long, and if you've ever worked with developers, some of you are, is that it's taken so long to create this amazing website, because I love it. I mean, despite the fact that the server is overloading and it's giving you unavailable errors all the time, I think it's a great website. It's the best thing I've ever produced from a technical point of view and a looks point of view. But since you've been waiting for so long, I wanted to impress you when I opened. And that was my mistake. I gave you everything that I could give you, and then the things came out. Anyway, let's go back to the privacy issue, because a student raised a good point about the privacy. Now, what happened at the beginning, it's accidents. I mean, recently an American telco had the same thing, but that's millions of emails being leaked out to third parties. At least it wasn't that bad for us. But definitely, I want to protect your privacy. But the problem I have right now is that I was going to issue certificates for whoever finished beginner level 1, because it's nice if I can give you a certificate. The problem is that, as it's been pointed out to me, the certificate needs to take your name from the name field of your website. Grazie, Joy. Yeah, Verizon. So what happened with us, it wasn't as bad as Verizon, but it shouldn't happen. But the thing with certificates, for example, is I'm so happy and proud to be able to give you a very good looking certificate. But it does take the name to fill out the certificate, because it's automated. Obviously, I don't create certificates. It takes the name from the name field. And so I asked you students to fill the name field with your full name. That way your certificate doesn't say Mickey Mouse, says whatever your name is. But then we have the community side of the website. Right now, after that email, I've turned off pretty much anything that would make anything visible, but that's not the way I want to move forward, because we need the community. I think that's what I'm building. And so I'm waiting for my developers to find a way for you to maintain your privacy, but at the same time, me be able to, for example, give you certificates and know who you are, because if your name is changed to Mickey Mouse, then when we have who's coming in, Alessia, Christiana, Miriam, there's a bunch of lovely ladies. Do I have any guys? I don't know. Anyway, they're all coming on board and they need to identify you. So I have to find a way to allow you to not show your name, but at the same time have it. And the other thing is, so right now, if you click on anybody's profile, you'll get a blank page. So I will reactivate access to each other's profile when I've sorted this privacy issue out. Anyway, let's jump into the platform. So what I will do is I will first go through the things that I know have been a little bit of Marion, listen to what everyone is saying. You are being much harder on yourself than anyone is on you. We're all happy with what you're doing, and we are patient because what we are getting is so good. Grazie. I know that. And every day there's one message that reminds me how amazing of a bunch of people you are, and how supportive you are. And I read your stories. I know that my teaching is helping you, and I'm proud of that. But at the same time, the issues upset me. Anyway, what I'm going to do is turn to the screen sharing. There'll be a moment when you don't see me, but hopefully you'll see me after that, okay? Let me just turn over here. All right, so we should now be looking at the login page of Academy Italy Made Easy. Let me just check that everything is good. Or could you just type, can you see me and hear me? That way I know. So Johan, certificate, chat, moneta, icing on the cake. Perfetto. I know, but isn't cake good, Johan? La torta è buonissima. But I know, yes. I want you to... I'm so happy to see that... Hold on. Joe can't see me. Oh, you're not supposed to see me, but you see the yellow screen? Yeah. Clear in Sicily. Perfect. Okay, so right now you have exclusive access to the platform. So if somebody types academyitalymade-easy.com, they will not see a landing page. There's no home page. There's nothing that says what it is. It's intentional because it's only for you. So we're going to log in with my alter ego, Mario. Don't email him. He doesn't exist. And all right. Hopefully the website doesn't break while I'm live. So here we are with Mario. So when you get inside, it can be overwhelming. I mean, if you're watching this webinar, you probably have gotten used to it, but we're recording it, so it's probably, some people who haven't logged in will see this. So when you log in, there's a lot of stuff happening, and it can be overwhelming. The main things, like I've shown in that introductory video that I recorded the other day, is which courses do you have access to? So in the case of Mario, he's got the Welcome to Italy Made Easy Academy course, which is not really a course. It's just a way for me to keep adding free content to the platform and communicate with you in a easier way. And then he has access to level 1 and level 2. And here shows you the progression. But like I said, the progression is not really accurate because it's only based on what's available and not the entire course because we haven't produced it. Mario è il mio cane? No, non ho il cane. Non ho il cane. Ma questo è molto carino. It's very cute, isn't it? So here is where I communicate about news. Doesn't have to be issues, could be news and so on. And then let's not worry about the other stuff, okay? Let's not worry about that. Let me explain something that I think has confused you a little bit. And I haven't touched on this before. It's this idea of Amico Extra and Amico. And some of you have asked me, what is that and Why is the expiry date whatever it is, and do I need to pay for this? So I didn't talk about this at all because this is only future proofing. So moving forward, when we are ready to open to new people, new students, they will not be able to sign up for From Zero to Italian like you did. So they are not going to be part of a continuity program that will give them all the courses in the series. You are the only people who will ever have that. So when new people join the website, they will be able to buy individual courses. So they'll be able to buy level 1 by itself, level 2 when it's finished by itself, any of my other courses, and they will buy them as a standalone course. But this is a community website. And so it is important for me to be able to offer everybody the extra learning tools that we have, which are forums and chat rooms that we don't have right now. But so what these memberships are is simply a way for new people to have access to the edit features. Amico is going to be a free subscription, and it doesn't give them much, really. It just gets them to log in and have access to voting for the next YouTube video, and also see the calendar of my live shows on YouTube, because I'm going to resume those very soon because I have so much fun doing live shows on YouTube. And then this Amico Extra is going to be a level of membership that will have a price tag, but doesn't include any courses. Like I said, courses will be bought individually. This Amico Extra will give them access to what you already have, which is access to the forums. So access to Italians being able to help them, and also access to the forum where they can talk to each other. The chat, which I have to explain what those two things are, but so the chat is going to be, that little red thing that appeared here on the first day, like Messenger from Facebook. They will have access to that when they have Amico Extra, but you already have it, so you're good with that. And then they will be able to have group chats with our instructors using the other option. So that's what those subscriptions are, but you have nothing to worry about because you have everything. Now, how about the expiry date? Here's something else that confused some of you. If you have a yearly subscription, you obviously have paid until, let's say that you have a paid subscription until March 2018. Then you log in into this new website and you see that the expiry date is September 30th. So what's up, Manu? Have I not paid till March? Yes, you have. But that means that, one, human mistake. I didn't update the expiry date. I have to fix it. You have to let me know. But the most likely reason for that is that you haven't finished level 1, or you haven't been added to level 2, which means I haven't checked your payment subscription. So I don't know when your expiry date is, because when I imported the entire database onto this website, I set the expiry date for Amico Extra to September 30 for everybody. So that was going to be the easiest thing for me to do. Otherwise, I would have had to go through 430 people checking their payment situation. And I thought it was easier to do it on an individual cases. So that's what this is. Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard. Can I just say touch wood, but I think I fixed the website. I was up till 3 a.m. last night to make this work. Let's see if we get any unavailable website kind of message, but it seems to be really snappy and really fast. I must have fixed it. Well, anyway, it's got to do, some of you made jokes about internet in Australia. It's terrible. It's so bad. It's so bad. But the issue is not with the internet. The actual website is hosted in Chicago. So it's not the Australian internet that is messing things up. Yeah, knock on wood, knock on wood. So Nicholas, if we are in level 1, do we need to notify you when we finish to update? So yes, when I when we opened the website last week, or whenever it was, I took anybody who had passed the final quiz, which was 80 people, 80 students, and I did all of them. So I added the dates for all of them. Now, every day I go and check who else passed the quiz. Oh, let me finish this. I get distracted when I look at the messages. Now, when you do pass the quiz, there's a new video that tells you to email us. That it's just to speed up the process, because we're so busy with everything else that we may not look at who finished the quiz on a certain day. And I want you to start level 2 as soon as you can. So yeah, if you email us when you're done with the quiz, email us and we're gonna get you in a lot more quickly. Also, if you don't want to do the quiz, you don't have to. As an instructor, as an academic, or actually as a retired academic, I think that it's good for you to check that you are ready to move on to the next level. But if you don't want to do it, or if you failed twice and you got upset, email us and we'll move you forward anyway. Obviously, you're not stuck in level 1 if you don't want to. So instead of knock on wood, we actually say, what did we say? Tocca ferro. Tocca ferro, so touch iron. So not wood in Italian. Benissimo, okay, let's get back to this, because there's a few things that I believe you haven't seen and that can make a big difference. Now, one, actually, I can't show you, but here in the settings, let me see if I can show you. Yes, there is a profile visibility option. So if you use Facebook, you're familiar with this idea that you decide who gets to see what. The problem for the privacy that we have is that the name must be visible so that we can identify you. Imagine Alessia or Marina in the forum, they need to know who they're talking to. So they need to see your name. But anything else, you can actually decide who gets to see it. My idea for privacy would be to allow you to set a nickname. That way, one field can be hidden and the nickname can be whatever you want. Buonanotte ai siciliani. Candice, after we take the level 1 quiz, level 2, will we find out what the correct answers are and why? Yes. Oh, here's something that everybody seems to have loved, and I'm so happy. Like I said, I need to know that you like what I'm doing. I don't know. Maybe I'm insecure about this now. But yeah, this profile visibility tab is quite useful because it allows you to set what gets seen, so that you may have not seen that. Something else that I should explain, because I haven't explained this yet, because I'm pretty sure that you know how to navigate the website by now. Something that is going to be important here in my account, all these things here. What happens when you get to the expiry date? For example, if you have a monthly subscription, when you are moved to this new platform, that subscription is canceled. That means that you're not paying. So if you are inside this website and you are already taking level 2, you're not paying. You are kind of doing it for free. So this expiry date of the 30th of September, for most of you, if you had a monthly subscription, what happens then? Well, 1 week or 10 days before the expiry date, whatever expiry date is, you will get emails telling you what to do and how to resubscribe. So why did I have to cancel? If that wasn't clear, the subscription that you created was communicating with the old website. And of course, I cannot go into your credit card and decide and tell them to link that subscription with something else. So I can't change that. So the only way that we have to do this is for me to cancel that one and to ask you to resubscribe. So 10 days before the expiry date of your subscription, of your Amico Extra, you will get an email with a link to resubscribe. And you will be able to resubscribe with the same conditions that you had when you initially subscribed. So you will be able to opt for a monthly option and a yearly option, and keep getting everything like I promised to you when you first subscribe, because that's what you do. If you promise something, you keep giving it. So that's what the expiry date is. So you don't have to worry about paying until the expiry date. So for example, this Mario, he had a yearly subscription in the previous website, let's pretend. So his expiry date was February 20, no, March 20. So he had paid until March 20, but I gave him an extra 2 months to make up for the learning curve of this new platform. So he will have access to the website for as long as he paid plus 2 months. And that's the situation for all of you. If you had a monthly subscription, you may not have gotten 2 months. It was just a way to align everybody. So you at least got 6 weeks, or up to 10 or something, or 8, I don't remember. Anyway, ciao Randy, buonanotte, buonanotte. Something else that you will be able to do, which is really cool, is you'll be able to update your credit card. Because, over the past year, I've had 6 months, I've had some people reaching out how to update my credit card. You'll be able to do it by yourself. Also, you will be able to cancel your subscription by yourself. So, if at any time you want to stop being part of the community, you'll be able to cancel it from here. No further payments, all done. All right, let's get going with this. Let's get into beginner Italian level 2. And as we go ahead, I will tell you what the answers to some of your questions are. The first one was that you were clicking on the curriculum to go to lessons, but then you were being lost in a place that you didn't know what to do next because you weren't inside the course. Actually, you were previewing the lesson, basically. The only way to actually take the course properly is to click on the start course or right now continue course. So that's what we're going to do. Also, there's a tour that shows you how to operate the website, but we close that. So let me see. All right. So something else that some of you hadn't seen is really cool. From inside each lesson, you can go straight to the forum where students are discussing this particular lesson. So you don't actually have to go to forum level 2 and find a topic that matches the lesson that you want to ask questions about. You just want to click on here at the bottom of each lesson. This may appear below the attachments. That's why maybe you didn't see it, but it's underneath the attachments, if there are attachments, which I have to talk about as well. So if I click here, it just opened a new tab. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but here it's all the conversations about this particular lesson. So now we're going to click on quiz. Mario has already taken the quiz, so it says that it's ended and it doesn't show anything, but let's pretend that he hasn't. And let's pretend that he has, because some of you already have. So let me show you that again. You can check results for the quiz. Results doesn't mean just the score that you got, like the credits that you got, or not credits, the grade that you got. That's not so important. This is the feature that we didn't have on the old website, and I think this alone is worth your time swapping over to the new platform, because you get to see the right answers. So he got this one wrong, and then he didn't bother to answer the other ones. But here's the cool part. Each, or almost each, unless the answer is really, really obvious, if it's a question that doesn't really require any explanation, it's not going to have it, but most answers will have a plus sign that shows why that is the answer. It's really good for revision, or as you say in the States, review. And it helps you understand why that was the right answer. Okay. So that's something that you may have not seen. Now, depending on the quiz, I may give you multiple, retakes. So at the bottom of your check-in results page, there will be a retake quiz if that's possible. Before I click on that, I also want to show you this other plus here. If you have taken the quiz multiple times, here you will find all your previous takes. But anyway, let's retake it. Stop the tours. So now some of you will be shocked to see it's 20 minutes. I thought I had set it to 20, but it actually was at 15. And so some of you were getting a little bit anxious about, oh my, I only have 15 minutes. So now it's up to 20. Less pressure. Joe, the new quizzes are a big improvement. Yeah, I just love them. Actually, I also like the way it looks. Not that important, but I like it. Okay, so when you take a quiz, actually, when you retake the quiz, it looks a little bit different from the first time you take it. But all you have to do is always look for a big button that says to do what you want to do, and then search for the same big button to do whatever you want to do. So here we're going to start by clicking on the big button here. And it's going to ask us the questions. There's 30 here. This number means how many, that's your grade. So if you get a question right, you get 1 credit. Now I'm not going to check the answers, just in case you haven't taken the quiz. Now, if you select an answer and then you move forward, and then you say, oh, no, that was wrong, you can go back, click on the trash can, and it will unselect your answer, and then you can pick the other one, okay? So that's something that maybe wasn't clear. And then you keep going with next, until you get to the last question. And then there's no next anymore, and you have to go up and look for submit quiz. Now, some of you have reported that the save quiz for later didn't work. I haven't actually personally tested that. But if that's okay with you, I'm going to care a little bit less about what you're saying about how you want something to work. Like I said, it really takes away my time where I should be creating content for you. And then it takes resources, financial resources, because every little change, everything, if you say we want this to happen and it does happen, that probably cost me $500. That $500 could have paid an Italian to talk to you in a chat room, for a week or something. So I'll have to try and save money to use towards teaching you better more than impressing you more with technology. So anyway, so when we're done, we click on submit. We confirm, and then we're back to kind of what we did before, which was checking results and being able to take it again if we need to. So check results. And then, it's the same story as before. And now this is not very obvious, but when you retake a quiz, you can still go back to the course by clicking there. These are little things. I mean, the best thing I can tell you, just play around with the website. You're not going to break it. If it breaks, it's because it's breaking at my end, not yours, okay? So yeah, click, try. All right, now, what else did you have problems with? Okay, yes. Attachments. I don't know. Okay, are you happy if I turn off those tours? They keep popping up. I can't stand them. All right, let's go to the next lesson. Yeah. So underneath each lesson, you will find attachments if they are available. The one thing that I haven't been able to do, and I might be if I fork out another $1,000 to the programmers, but right now, maybe we give the money to some nice Italian to talk to you, but is clicking on something and have it download instead of open. It's just not doing it. And I've spoken to the makers of this like software that we purchased. So we're not. The problem that we had with the other website was that we didn't own it, so we had to rely on them to fix everything or to change everything. Now we own this, okay? But it's still not something that I created fully. We're just customizing it, and there is no way to actually have this download, which is really silly. But there isn't. We've tried many things, so there is a way. And if you right-click on an item, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the screen, but you will have the option to save link as. That's a standard, browser feature, but maybe you didn't know about it. But if you right-click on something, I think, you can't say it. I don't understand why, but okay, of course it's not. Anyway, if you right-click, trust me, you can try it. Right-click on a link, and then you will find save link as, and then it will ask you, where do you want to save this? And that is the way for you to save things on your computer. Now, the next thing that Edward is asking, and I don't actually have an answer because I haven't had time to test it. Okay, so of course there's going to be assessments for this level 2 because that's the best part. Actually, we have a full-time, not really full-time, but a dedicated person to marking. So what's going to happen is this very well-trained Italian person, bilingual person, will be marking and giving feedback, not just when you fail, but just give feedback for everything you do. So you submit something, you will get personalized feedback on why you graded the way you graded, if it could be like an 8 out of 10 or something. But then there will be comments on whatever you did. So assignments are going to be much better than before. And what was I saying? Lost my train of thought. Joy, can we print the attachments even though they're not done? Yeah, you can just print them. If I clicked here, let me see, it opened it. But first of all, it opened it in the same tab, which is really annoying. But here it is, and I can just print it. You will right click, which I can't show you, and then you just print it. Or here at the top, there's a print option. But yeah, you can. Now, I actually have a question. Oh, that's a bug. You just witnessed the bug. I tried to go back with the back arrow and it didn't do it. I guess you're not supposed to do it. I don't know. Did you experience that as well? If you click on the back button, it messes things up. Anyway, I actually have a question. Okay, you're asking about the leaderboard. I don't care either way, but if I've noticed that most students do get very excited and involved in the gamification side of things. I mean, it's a normal feature. I mean, if you've tried things like Duolingo, no comment, but the fact that you are getting points, that you are competing with other people, does have a factor on on some people. So we don't need it, but I think it's a nice feature, and most students are happy with having the leaderboard. If you don't want it, just don't look at it. Okay. Now, I have an option that I haven't shown you, but and I can't really show you right now, but I'm wondering if you'll be interested. There is a possibility for me to embed the PDF underneath the video. So you would have the video here, and right below, before you get to the attachments, you would be able to see the PDF, and you'd be able to kind of scroll through the PDF inside a window. So it'd be like a window like this video, but inside you would see the PDF and you'd be able to scroll. Would that be something useful to you? Would you enjoy, I mean, you still would have to look, you either look at the PDF or you look at the video, obviously. So let me know what you think, whether embedding the PDF would be useful. Would be useful, but there is potential for bugs. Oh yeah, being online, as I've learned, is potential for bugs. So we could test it on one lesson. Okay, let's do this. The next lesson that you have access to, I will embed the PDF. And let me know how that goes, okay? If I embed the PDF and it works for most of you, let me know how that is. Also, I don't know how that would work on mobile, because I mean, mobile devices being so small, I don't know if it's even useful for mobile device. All right. Now, Grace, web points reset now? Mario has the 340 he has. No, they haven't been reset. What is going to be is there'll be an investigation on students with millions of coins, and see why that happened. And maybe those will be kind of, not reset, but, set to a fair amount. The thing with points, so with this monete that you have access here, if you don't care, you don't care. It doesn't matter if you care or not, meaning that will be added to your account whether you look at them or not. So it's not a concern if you're not interested in the gamification part. But what they're going to do is they will have a dollar value. So the more moneta you have, that's why I need to, do an audit to see why some students have so many, because it's not set. By now, you should have around 1,000. I don't know. Yeah, no, the points from the other platform won't be carried over, but you will have access to level 1 on this platform. So there's nothing preventing you from clicking through all the videos to get all the points again. I'm not going to stop that. Because, you have taken level 1. So, but basically, the idea is that each course, each level that you take should give you around $10 worth of discount towards something else. So you'll be able to buy additional courses if you want, or you'll be able to purchase additional services when we have them available. So even if you don't care for coins, for moneta, accumulate them, because, it's nice to have discounts. All right, what else? Okay. I just realized that I'm going to jump back and forth with topics, but that's my train of thought right now. When we're speaking about the privacy, actually, if you go to here, the group chat, you will find this new application. The idea is that, when the chat down here is available again, you'll be able to talk to other students, and you might say, hey, do you want to jump on a call and we can discuss this? Of course, you can do video calling with the other chat, but if you want to do group video calling, then you would come here. Now, actually, this 10-minute cap, they told me there is a 10-minute cap, but I haven't experienced it. So you might be able to stay on the call a lot longer. But, if anything, you just hang up and, call again. But something that may concern some of you, first of all, is this. And it's actually a standard feature of any service that has a community or a public service. I mean, it does cost a lot of money to run a service and to, pay staff. And so anything that we do, we need to have the option to use it as a marketing or educational material. So if you're on a group call with an instructor and they They will ask whether it's okay to record the call, because maybe there's an intention to record it. And if you don't agree, you have just leave the call, and you don't have to be on the call. But some calls will be recorded, because that's how actually my second ever program, some of you actually have taken it, the Speak Italian from Day One, which was the Travelers course. We jumped on group calls every week, and those were recorded, and they are now the best part of the program, because new students can see and learn from watching conversations happen, with people from, the same level. So those group chats can be recorded, and if you don't agree, you do not join them. Anything else? Whenever if you do a one-on-one, it's you and the other person, okay? It's just that when we are using resources that do cost me money, business-wise, then that needs to be, I need to be able to use that for training purposes, meaning I need to have the option of making it available to other students to watch it. I loved the other students, and I found that we all had the same issues. What do you mean? Watching the, okay, Joy. So yeah, watching, that's why it's so useful to be on a call. It takes guts to be on a video call. I understand that, talk in front of everybody, or, in front of me or another Italian, but that's how you improve your Italian. And that's why I think it's so important that we do have, we do have the ability to give you access to Italians for you to talk, because as you know, my approach is all about getting you to speak and understand Italian, not caring so much about being perfect or being able to pass an exam or being, grammatical, or being able to feel it, like, to do a lot of exercises, because exercises give you a false sense of safety. And then you go and try and speak, and you can't speak. And so my approach is all about speaking. But I need to make you speak, right? So that's why I have hired Italians, and they're waiting to join the chat. Now, when that happens, actually, there will be a new tab in the menu that shows you the calendar of availability for Italians. Because, they're not going to be there 24/7 right now, because financially it's not viable. Eventually. But there will be a calendar, there'll be a tab for calendar, and you'll be able to see in your time zone that Alessia, for example, is going to be available in your time zone from 5 to 8 p.m. Then if you want to ask questions, you can just type a question to her and she'll reply. Or if you want to have a video call with her, or like a voice call, she's there for 3 hours, And then you see that maybe Cristiana is available from another time, then you join that one. Joy, in learning a language, we have to be willing to make sounds that seem silly to us and give us some dignity. It pays off in a big way if you do that. Yes. Okay, and I noticed there are certain activities that with each click increasing our moneta, we get an email about, I can't read today so far. Okay, well, it is set up so that some activities do give you points, but you should only be able to do it once. If you get points for submitting a quiz, you shouldn't be getting points if you resubmit it, I suppose. I have to check that. It's not that important right now, but now the other thing, okay, so that's all that I needed to say about this. Oh, Anne, looking forward to getting my password this week. So Anne, what's your situation? Because, have you completed level 1? Have you passed the quiz? Because technically speaking, you have already received the password reset link. Everybody received it the day that we imported all 430 users. Virginia, have a great day at work. And yes, it'll be recorded. This is being recorded, and you'll be able to watch the end of this. Danny, is there a place on the site where your video, where your info videos are stored. I click off the last one, thinking I could watch later. Yes, I know. I thought about that, but it's no. Yeah, there isn't right now. I thought I had done it, but I haven't put it. But I'll put a link here in the news and updates. Danny is referring to a video, like a walkthrough video that I made the other day, and it pops up the top of the site, but only once. So if you don't click the first time, then you're not gonna see it again. It's true. You have a first walkthrough video that is available under this course here, the Welcome to Italy Made Easy. There is a video there. But yeah, I will make sure that. Now, the email. I know that the emails were sent because most students received them, but if you haven't seen it, it probably went into the spam folder. It was a few days ago, so I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it again, but here's what you do. I'm going to log out. If you haven't seen that link, don't worry. If you are enrolled in level 1, you do have an account on this new website. You just don't have a password. So when you come here, this button here is only to tell you that you're not going to find level 1 here. You got to go to the other website to see it for now. But let's say you haven't seen that password setting link. Don't worry. You go here, lost your password. You enter your email, the same email that you used to sign up initially, and you will receive a new link to reset your password, but in your case will be a setting of your password. And then with that password, you'll be able to log in again. So let me just do that, Mario. Okay. Now, I've missed a few questions. Alice, buonanotte. Buonanotte, Alice. Diciamo Alice. We say Alice in italiano. Buonanotte. Joe, I think Anne has already done this, Manu, and it hasn't worked. It doesn't work. Why? The link didn't work, or the email wasn't received. But yeah, if you have like a personal issue like that, email support is the best way for us to get back to you. If it's something that you think it's not working in your specific case, then we do have to fix it. Elaine, there is an edit profile button for what? Okay, let's talk about profile. There are a number of ways to get your profile, but the quickest is to click on your photo or the generic photo that you get. Once you're in here, you will be able to edit your name, your location and bio, and I don't know why it's showing twice actually, but you'll be able to add social profile if you want, if you are that kind of person. And then you'll be able to upload a photo, and then don't worry about the cover image because it will only cover the background of your photo. So basically it will make a difference just here, so it's not a big thing. Let me just have a look. Even though level 1 has been completed, progress on new platform shows 0. That's because, let me show you why, Richard. There is nothing inside level 1. Because, say there's nothing. So it cannot show progression or progress. Oh, and I just finished the course, and that's not good. Okay, don't click, don't go there, because it's not good. I'll fix that. But yeah, it's not showing the progression of level 1 because you completed level 1 on a different website. So this website doesn't know that you did that. Once, today actually, my assistant is going to start to recreate every lesson from the other website inside here. So very soon you'll be able to come here and find the same content that you found on the other website with the new style of quizzes, which is going to help you a bit more. But yeah, that's why you don't see anything for now. And all right, she has posted on the old platform. Posted? Joe, what, sorry. All right, do you have any questions? Let me come back to me if I can. There's going to be a time of blank. Perfetto. Did you have any additional questions on the platform? I think the main thing that I wanted to clarify was the Amico Extra, and some of you were confused about that, and also the accessing of the courses and why beginner Italian is not there, and so on. Beginner Italian 1. Okay, bit tired, but I have to record some lessons for you. I have some really cool ones coming up. I'm excited for level 1, for level 2, because you're going to learn how to speak in the past. It's going to make such a big difference. For what I've seen with you, the video calls that we've had or the submissions that you send, you can speak better than a lot of confidential information here. As you know, I was teaching at a university for many years. Well, your level after level 1 is higher than most students at the end of the intermediate level at the university. So that says a lot about the way we're working together. So yeah, you are speaking excellently, but what is currently limiting you is the lack of the past tense. And once we get into the past tense, it's a big monster, but we have a whole course to learn how to speak in the past tense, and that's going to be a great difference. Do you have any other questions that I may not have answered? Let me tell you a little language speaking, not secret, but when you're tired, your foreign language goes out the window. So my English is so bad these days because I'm so tired. So it's going to be the same for you. So don't be harsh on yourself if your Italian is not always at the same level all the time. Aaron, I gotta be overwhelmed by having to memorize all the words. Yeah, words are a big thing, but they're so important, aren't they? I mean, we talk about things. Even if your grammar is terrible, if you have the word for the thing, you're halfway there. Memorizing, not the easiest thing. What works for me is mnemonics. Is create a funny story that reminds me of that word. So if it helps, look up some videos on how to create mnemonics for vocabulary, because it really, really helps if you have my kind of brain. Now, realistically, most of us in this platform are over 40. Most of us, there are some younger ones, but we are over 40. And so it's okay that our memory is not that great, but there are ways to remember words, okay? There are ways to remember words. Somebody mentioned Quizlet. Yeah, we're going to have Quizlet in this level as well, and it's going to be embedded. And yeah, Quizlet is coming. It's coming back. It's a great tool. So yeah, why not? What else? Can we get to your vocabulary review on Quizlet as opposed to being in level 2? I think Joe just sent the link. Grazie, Joe. I think. It's hard to keep tabs on everything that is happening in the chat, but Johan, we love you, Manu. Grazie. Don't be hard on yourself. You are the best site online, and trust me, I'm checking all of them. So Johan, are you Johan, like the one I know? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, 40 is the new 30. Totally. 40 is the new 20. It's time to probably wrap up. Oh, Japan. You will find, I'm so busy that I haven't been able to edit a lot of the footage that I recorded in Japan. You've seen one on YouTube. Look it up. They look amazing. I had a great time in Japan creating new content for YouTube. And here's the thing. I want to be able to serve the large community, and you are special people because also you're my customers. You've given me money, so you're buying my courses. But I want to get back to doing as much as I can for YouTube, because not everybody can afford a course, and that is why we will have a free option to join the community. It doesn't take away from you, because I don't want. The problem with free people that come here for free is that they have nothing at stake, and so free membership to the platform will not include forums and chat rooms, because you know how people who are not committed can be, like offensive, or just, we don't want any of that. I have the cleanest YouTube channel. I pride myself of having the cleanest YouTube channel on YouTube, because my assistant Marit, she has a job and she goes through every comment and she deletes anything that is offensive, anything that is inappropriate, so you don't get to see it. I don't think anybody should see anybody insulting anybody or offending anybody or saying really inappropriate things. So that doesn't happen with Manu. It may happen because I don't really have control over everything. But so when we open the doors to the public, they'll be able to join, because I want to give them a chance to decide what videos they need. I want to be able to give them, access to additional materials that we cannot put on YouTube. But other than that, they're not going to be able to use the forum until they've made a small payment. Subscription to those extra features is not going to be super expensive, so it's going to be an option for students who are more committed. All right. What can we do in the meantime to help make things easier on you while things are getting set up? Okay, Jason. First of all, people like you and Joe and Jeff, you're amazing, because you actually do help me kind of taking care of things that I don't have time to take care of. But if you really want to help, I'm gonna be honest, maybe don't give me as much feedback. Because like I said, if I read that you want to do something, or if you're not happy with a feature, I want to make it available for you. But like I said, that takes away a whole day of me trying to figure out how it works with my developers. Plus, it cost me $500, because I've given you the option to do something on the platform. And so if you want to help, maybe let's go back to focusing on the content. If there are some features that we need to turn off, maybe we will. But one feature that I'm dying to turn on is the chat. The chat is going to be amazing, because like I said, we'll have, also today we're also starting recording video walkthroughs, very short videos for every feature on the website. So just like for the other platform, we showed you how to do things, because not everything is obvious. So we'll have short videos telling you how to do this, how to do that. And so we'll have videos on how to use the chat app, because it can be a little complicated and it may not work for everybody, because you have to kind of start a phone call, start like a video call, but you have to tell your browser that it can use your microphone and it can use your camera. And if you've never done it before, you can get lost there. Also, I'm not going to worry about this, but we do have a mobile version of that app and a desktop version of the app. So, for example, if you're on mobile, like an iPad, it may not be as practical to use on an iPad, but we will have an app. But not now. Not now. I'm not going to ask the developers to develop that. But grazie mille, ragazzi. Grazie mille, Edward. Grazie mille tutti. Flashback and forward is your favorite part? Yes. Good. I think they're really cool. They're really cool. I like those two as well. How did you, just as we wrap up, something that I know may have shocked many of you, that in week 3 or in unit 3 of level 1, I asked you to translate a difficult text. That was 3 weeks after you had started, and I was asking you to translate a big, difficult text. And then we did it again at the end of the level. did you notice any difference in your confidence maybe? But I think stuff like that is really, really important for a learner. And I think you're in good hands because I am a learner of languages myself. So that's the issue I find with some other programs. Apart from the corporate ones, they have no interest. They don't have your learning at heart, obviously. Um, but yeah, it's I find that other programs like, yeah, but you're teaching, but you haven't really learned the language yourself. Anyway, okay. Time to go. Time to go. You go to bed. Andate a letto. Andate al lavoro. E io comincio a fare qualche video. E un abbraccio a tutti. Un abbraccio a tutti. Grazie mille. Oh, there was one other thing that I wanted to ask you. Yeah, you can go, but I have one more question, and I forgot what that was. Non mi ricordo. Non mi ricordo. Grazie mille, buonanotte a tutti, buonanotte. Un abbraccio, ciao ciao.